And then, just when everything starts to feel like it's finally making sense, your system is forming, your content is connecting, your momentum is building, another realization hits, one that is both empowering and brutally honest, and that is this. Growth on YouTube is not just about what you do right. It's about how well you handle what doesn't work. Because no matter how much you learn, no matter how much you improve, there will always be videos that underperform. Moments where the numbers don't match your expectations. Times when something you believed in simply doesn't connect the way you thought it would. And in those moments, your reaction becomes more important than the result itself. Because here's the difference that most people never talk about. Beginners see failure as a stop sign, while real creators see it as feedback, and that shift alone changes everything. Because when a video doesn't perform, it's not the end of progress. It's a data point, a signal that something didn't align, something didn't resonate, something didn't hold attention the way it needed to, and instead of taking it personally, you begin to analyze it, calmly, objectively, almost like a strategist reviewing a move that didn't work, asking not, "Why did this fail?" but "What can this teach me?" And that question keeps you moving forward when others stop. And this is where emotional control becomes one of your most valuable skills, because it's incredibly easy to get attached to your work, to feel disappointed when it doesn't perform, to doubt yourself, to question whether all this effort is worth it, especially when you see others growing faster. When you compare your journey to theirs, when you start wondering if you're missing something. But the truth is, comparison is one of the fastest ways to lose focus, because you're measuring your internal process against someone else's external result, without knowing their path, their strategy, or their timing. So instead of looking sideways, you start looking deeper into your own work, your own patterns, your own improvements, and this is where growth becomes personal, not competitive, because now you're not trying to beat others. You're trying to become better than your previous version. And that mindset creates consistency, because it removes the pressure of instant success and replaces it with the discipline of continuous improvement. And as you continue in this phase, something interesting happens. You become less reactive to numbers and more focused on patterns. You stop celebrating one good video as a breakthrough and stop fearing one weak video as a setback, because you understand that growth is not defined by individual spikes or drops, but by overall direction, by whether you are improving, aligning, and learning over time. And this perspective stabilizes you. It keeps you grounded in a process that actually works. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Because every failed video carries insights that successful ones sometimes hide. It shows you where attention dropped, where interest faded, where expectation didn't match reality. And these insights, if used correctly, can strengthen your next video in ways that success alone cannot. Because success can sometimes be misleading. It can make you think everything worked perfectly, when in reality, there may still be flaws that went unnoticed. And this is why the creators who grow long-term are not the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who use it, who extract value from it, who refine their approach with every attempt. And over time, this creates a level of understanding that cannot be rushed, a depth of skill that cannot be faked because it's built through experience, through repetition, through facing what didn't work and choosing to improve instead of quit. And this is also where resilience quietly becomes your greatest advantage, because while others drop out when results don't come fast enough, you stay, you adapt, you continue. And in a system where most people give up early, simply staying in the game with the right mindset already puts you ahead of the majority. And slowly, almost without noticing, you reach a point where setbacks don't shake you anymore. They guide you, they inform your next move, they become part of your process instead of obstacles in your path. And this transformation from emotional reaction to strategic response is one of the most defining shifts in your journey as a creator. So now, as you move forward, you no longer fear underperformance. You respect it, you learn from it, you use it, because you understand something that most people never fully accept. That success on YouTube is not about avoiding mistakes, it's about outgrowing them.